TV Weekly Highlight Show. First of all, we're out to the Grovely Sports Grounds for the Capital 3 League match between Westside and AC Carina. Westside with first possession in our highlight shows. The ball's put into the box. Headed towards goal there by Livermore, was it? Collected by Mortensen at the near post. Here come the home side again, this time through Clemmy. He's beaten a number of defenders off the left peg and shoots just narrowly over the bar. So throw-in comes in for Cox for the Dolphins. Played back for Gibson. Got a bit of room to move in here. Now plays his cross header on in the direction there of Birch. It's touched off the upright. Birch can't get his overhead towards the goal. And looks like Westside have survived that early scare. The header on towards the back post with the intervention there. Fazzetto in the Westside goal, left stranded somewhat. But Birch just couldn't find that opening goal of the match. Now it's breaking for the Westside side at the other end of the park. Clemmy. Through there for Bulgarelli. 1-2 back there. And Clemmy, once again, not too far away from the goal. Here's Livermore. Smith rides that challenge. It's past Cox again, but referee Carmelo Pulverenti blows the whistle. So Cooper with this free kick, drifts it in, punched away by Mortensen. Now it breaks for Westside, clearance off the line, and they just can't quite get on target here as Livermore sends that one wide. Well, Westside did everything but score, and you can see the frustration there from Michael Livermore. Worth another look, unconvincing clearances from AC Carina. Livermore miscues. Then he gets a second chance at it and pushes it wide. And agony there for Westside. So we're still deadlocked. No goals. Into the second half now. On a run is Cooper. On here for Bulgarelli. Mortensen comes off his line. He's collected heavily by Ashley Bulgarelli. Noah Mortensen remains down after that one. Bulgarelli pulled out of it, but momentum was carrying him towards the AC Carina keeper in Mortensen, who's got up a little bit proppy and gingerly.
Second ball.
So on the hour mark, still no score.
Help him out, boys.
Side. Oh, poor clearance there. Back towards their keeper, Fawcetto, who gets there just in front of Stockman. Free kick played on by Knowles.
Ross, push up.
Ball once again towards the box. There's two AC Carina players there. Cox tries to find a way through and blazes over the bar. So under 20 minutes to play now. Which one of these sides will be able to break the deadlock? Here's Crone now for Westside. Then Bulgarelli tried to get onto it. Peach tries to dance around the defender. He too has found the post down that end. Ross Peach here. Shot in towards the near post and just touches the upright. Now it's AC Carina's chance. Stockman tried to find a way through. He's appealing for the penalty, but none forthcoming here from referee Pulverenti. Again, AC Carina from inside their defensive territory. None. Down the right here for Cox. Takes it first time, gets his cross in. Oh, and almost an own goal conceded there by Tom Cooper of Westside. We'll see Cox get his cross in square there. And Stockman missed it. Then fell for Cooper, who didn't really know a lot about it. And almost conceding the own goal there. Here's Peach. Not too much company there from his teammates. Now buys himself some room. Onto the back post and cleared off the line again So another opportunity forthcoming here for Westside. And desperate last-ditch defence from both sides at the moment is keeping this match scoreless. And that one comes from Andrew Sloan on the goal line. So defences to the fore so far. None. Through there for Stockman. He's upended by Alex Eaton. So free kick here to AC Carina in good position. Side players trying to plead their case and say that Stockman dived. So free kick here from Daniel Abbey. Now who's going to put it through there? Mark O'Connor. Cleared away by Westside. Knowles looks up. Almost going to go long, then thought better of it. Here's Abbey again. Loses out in that challenge there to Peach. Livermore. He's turned the ball over. Another golden opportunity here for AC Carina. Stockman lines it up. And the Westside keeper there in Arthur Forsetto. The last line in defence tips it away out there for a corner. So, entertaining match. Now we're under 5 minutes to play. Can it be AC Carina that finally comes away with that elusive goal? Alex Wyatt trying to have something to say about it. Save again from Forsetto and then cleared away by the defender. So into stoppage time now. Not too much time here. Westside with possession as the throw-in comes down the line from Clemming. Perhaps one last chance here for the Dolphins. It won't be. Westside and AC Carina play out an entertaining 0-0 draw.
All right, Ryan Stenhouse, tell us about your junior career. Did you always play football?
Yeah, so I think I started when I was 6 or 7. Just followed in the brothers' footsteps, which usually happens, I think. So yeah, I started. I was at Gatton. My family's from Gatton and around Toowoomba. So yeah, from around there, I was playing either in Gatton or Toowoomba. So it's been a while putting on the boots.
So the Redbacks.
Yeah, the Redbacks. Yeah, at the Gatton dumps. So yeah, it's probably not the most ideal place to start, but or picturesque place to start. But yeah, no, got to play soccer, so I was happy as Larry, I guess.
So you mentioned Toowoomba there. How did you get up the hill? What happened there?
So my family moved up there. I think when I was sort of 15, and stayed up there, and then I moved down here by myself when I was 18, I think it was. So yeah, I've played in Brisbane though since while I was still at school. I was at Lions for a few years. So yeah, it's just Mum and Dad have driven me everywhere, so it's pretty well thanks to them that I still play, I guess.
Were there any coaches in your junior career that had a major impact on you?
There was a couple. There's Chris McLeod and Peter Broadfoot, who were Raiders boys from back in the day. So I guess those guys always tried to help us out. That we had a pretty good age group. In terms of a fair bit of talent in our teams up in Toowoomba, so they always gave us a little bit extra if we needed it, and they were always helpful.
And what do you enjoy about playing football?
It's probably a cliche, but the camaraderie, especially at East, it's just the group of boys. You can't really beat that, and playing for Eastern Suburbs is always a pleasure. The people always get behind you, and it's just a good club to play for. And I think the relationship you have with your teammates is always special as well. So,
and what's left for you to do in the game?
I'd ideally like to win something, whatever that is, grand final, premiership, cup. Yeah, whatever I can get my hands on. So, I guess that's the main thing that keeps us coming back each year.
And will you win something this year?
That's the plan. Yeah. So we'll see how we go. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves. But yeah, that's obviously what each of us want, and we do say it each year. We'd like to win something, but this time, yeah, hopefully it comes to fruition.
So a make or break match for these two clubs in round 11 action from the Flight Centre Premier League. There's the home side, Albany Creek, warming up prior to their match up against Eastern Suburbs with coach Steve Glockner just inspecting the service prior to kick-off. The coin toss conducted by referee Martin Krennis. Darren Thompson's won it and elected which way his side will run in the first half. So the glorious son of Wolter Park here. Now a Rop around the defender, Arop. And good save in there from Tom Carroll, who's been pretty good in the Eastern Suburbs goals so far this season. One of the form keepers in the competition. That cross is going to harmlessly fall across the goal line. So Arop, and once again, Tom Carroll deflects it away from goal. Throw-in comes down the line for the visitors. Now it breaks for Fujimoto for Albany Creek. Arop's beaten the offside trap and he puts away the opening goal here on 5 minutes. Great through ball by Fujimoto for Chomarop. And on the replay, we'll see it illustrated beautifully. Arop gets the better of the defenders and puts it past Tom Carroll. 1-0 Albany Creek. Cleared away there by Sato. And Arop get to this one this time. Referee Martin Krennis has the yellow card at his call. Attempting to help Arop up to his feet. Looks like that free kick will go Albany Creek's way with Matt Boyd to collect the yellow card. Getting back to his feet, having some words to say to Martin Krennis, right in front of the vocal home crowd there. Played out by Radovanovic, who's made a return to Albany Creek in recent weeks. On here for Reese, here's Saros. Saros shapes it up, and eventually it's going to fall East way. Albany Creek defender attempted to clear, and East have equalised shortly after 10 minutes here. Costa Saros, his initial shot blocked there. On hand for the rebound was Alex Barnett, and now it's 1-1 between these two sides. Boyd in East defensive half now, plays it on the left for Mano. Puts one into the box, in the direction of Carter Glockner. There's hands up calling for offside, and it has ended up in the back of the net. Midway through the first half here, East have skipped out to the lead. So we'll get a second look at that. Ball on here for Glockner. There's claims of offside. Assistant didn't pick it up. Radovanovic gets a hand on it. And then the defender there tried to clear away, but was unable to do so in the end. And East now have the advantage more than half an hour in. Saros again. And again, Glockner is the target up front, and Radovanovic dives to his right to make the save. So still 2-1 as we head into second half action. Here's Arop, the first Albany Creek goalkeeper, greeted by Tom Carroll, who was forced deep off his line there. Arop can't add to his tally. You can see Carroll racing out towards it, and just does enough to deflect it over the bar. So East Kempton there, defensive half now, Coyne trying to get it clear. Turns it over to Thompson. Quickly played on again in the direction of Arop. Was he fouled, or did he foul Carroll there? Carroll has remained down. And referee Martin Krennis in to check on Tom Carroll's welfare. Gets back to his feet, just collected a stray foot there from Chom Arop. Get a second look at that on the replay. Arop, yeah, just collects the ankle there of Carroll in his follow through after trying to take his attempt on goal. Arop goes down. Now play continues for Albany Creek. That one over the crossbar from Campbell. Corner here to East on the hour mark. In towards the near post. Looks like everyone's missed it. Out for Amano now. In towards the box and headed home by Alex Barnett. He has a double, but more importantly, has put his side out to a 2-goal lead. Well, the corner wasn't dealt with by either side. It found its way out there for Toru Amano, and then a well-placed cross in for Alex Barnett, who makes no mistake putting that one home. So a handy 2-goal advantage to the Tigers with less than 20 minutes remaining now. Arup trying to do his part to get his side back into this once more. Under the heavy attention of 3 East defenders, though, he's managed to evade them. And has he earned himself a free kick? Not in the opinion of Martin Krennis. Comes down the other end of the park for Carter Glockner. Let's see if we can get a second look at that on the replay. There was contact there. Albany Creek players appealing for the free kick. Thompson in the direction here of Manat Gear. On for Arup. Arup in towards the far post. Not a bad effort at all. Campbell out searching for it now. His side will have a throw in. So here's Arup's opportunity here from a rather acute angle. It came off the crossbar actually. Campbell again in search of Arup. Between the legs there by Manat Gear. Arup takes his shot and it's saved by Tom Carroll. Keeping his side in this with less than 5 minutes remaining. As Arup tries to pull one back here. Hoofed upfield. 3 points vital for both clubs here. Can Carter Glockner put the final nail in the coffin? Looked as though he was fouled, but once again, Martin Krennis keeps the whistle by his side. Joseph won't get the ball. The full-time whistle blows, and Eastern Suburbs come away with a valuable 3 points. 3-1 winners against Albany Creek. So let's take you through the results from the Flight Centre Premier League. Round 11 saw Peninsula defeat Ipswich Knights 4-3 after coming from behind. Mitchelton defeated Logan 2-1. Holland Park were 2-0 winners against Rochedale. Capalaba defeated UQFC. Lions defeated North Pine. Well, as we've just seen, East defeated Albany Creek. So Lions still with that 3-point advantage on top of the table from Holland Park. Mitchelton in third, and for the first time this year, Capalaba have climbed into the top 4, with Peninsula also going up in the ladder. The club championship table after week 11, and Lions now have a handy advantage on top of the table, while down the bottom in the relegation zone, it's going to be a tough battle for North Pine to come back. Almost 100 points now to make up, while the gap between Mitchelton and UQFC now out to 39 points. Capital League 1, more hapless woes for Wolves as they go down in stoppage time, 2-1 to Centenary. Southside Eagles defeated Grange Thistle. North Star defeated Moggle. Bayside won away from home. Pine Rivers and Mount Gravatt had a 1-1 draw, while South defeated Taringa in a battle of the top 4. So North Star at the halfway mark have a 2-point lead over South United and Southside Eagles. Taringa and Bayside in the figuring for finals positions. So too Grange Thistle and Moggle, both with a game in hand. Capital League 2, Oxley defeated Acacia Ridge. Annerley were 5-1 winners against Park Ridge. The Gap kept on their winning ways, 3-1 against Slacks Creek. Ipswich City won away from home, so too to Western Spirit. And rounding out a round where all the away teams won, Brisbane Force won at New Farm. So thanks to Oxley's defeat of Acacia Ridge, the Gap skip out to a 5-point lead on top at the halfway mark over Acacia Ridge and Western Spirit, both on 23 points, with Oxley and Annerley in 4th and 5th. Brisbane Force not out of the finals race with 17 points but a game in hand. Capital League 3, as we saw earlier, Westside and AC Carina didn't bother the scoreboard attendance. Virginia defeated Barden Latrobe. Toowong still on their hammer though, 1-0 winners against Newmarket. Narangba defeated Clairvaux. Jimboomba 2-1 winners against Maroondah, while Tarragindi defeated the Ridge Hills. So a 3-point lead on top of the table for Virginia at the halfway mark over Toowong. Those two have opened up a handy break over the rest of the field. Tarragindi also with a break back to 4th or 5th. Any number of teams from 4th through 11th in a race for a final spot. The big scores continue in Capital 4. 10 goals between Logan Metro and Greenbank, with the home side Metro coming away with the win. North Brisbane made a successful short trip over to Kangaroo Point Rovers. Caboolture defeated Logan Village. Samford defeated Bethania. St George Wollongong were 4-2 winners against Deception Bay. Springfield defeated Logan City Kings, while Brighton Bulldogs had the bye. Perfectly poised at the top of the table. These two teams meet this weekend. It should be a beauty when St George Wollongong and Samford Rangers clash. Caboolture still there in 3rd with Bethania in 4th. Deception Bay in 5th position on 22 points. The Mount Franklin Women's Premier League. Pine Hills were 4-1 winners against Eastern Suburbs. So too were Mitchelton with the same score over Capalaba. South United won away from home at Olympic. Annalee defeated Toowong. The Gap created a bit of an upset in defeating Logan, while Peninsula Power got over UQFC. Still tied at the top, Mitchelton 1 point over Peninsula Power, and then a further point back to Annalee. And then Logan and Pine Hills on 21. A gap developing back to the rest of the sides, and at the halfway mark, it looks like an uphill battle for those from 6 through 12 to gain postseason action. So we've got a big week for you this week on FBTV. First of all, midweek, we've got 2 Westfield FFA Cup Round 6 preliminary matches. It's Rochedale Rovers versus Moreton Bay United, and then it's Wednesday night's clash. A big night down at Bulimba as Southside Eagles host the PS4 NPL Queensland's Brisbane Strikers. In the Flight Centre Premier League on the weekend, we're back to the start. Mitchelton take on Holland Park Hawks. On the highlight show, it's the Starlight Foundation fundraiser out at Lions Stadium on Sunday afternoon. We have under-18s action between Lions and Rochedale, as well as the Flight Centre Premier League clash between those two sides.